We have reached the part of the course where things will get hands-on from here. Gets a lot more fun once we start doing things. So here we have the kit that everybody will have from True Leaf Market. I ordered myself a kit. Obviously I didn't need a kit. I've got tons of trays, seed, soil. I thought it was extremely important that everybody start with the same exact thing. Same seeds, same soil, same trays, and you guys can all follow along doing it exactly the same. This will also help for students that want to help each other out on the Facebook group. If anybody has questions or answers to trouble other people are having, that's a great place for everybody to share along on how things are going for them. So let's see what's actually in this kit. Just going to push it off to the side so I can show you everything as I take it out. Pack and slip. We have 4 ounces of radish. This is Triton Purple. It's one I've grown a lot of. Cilantro. Basic salad mix. Spicy salad mix. Another basic salad mix. So you have plenty of that to play around with. Detroit dark red beets. These are a little bit more challenging than bull's blood beets are to grow as a microgreen, but I'll show you how that is done in the advanced microgreens soil grow. Tatsoi mustard. Purple kohlrabi. Italian large leaf basil. Red acre cabbage. A pound of dun peas. A pound of buckwheat. A 5-pack of individually sized sunflower seed, black oil. A pH test kit. BioStraight felt pads. I've used this in the past and it works okay. I'm not crazy about it, but we'll use it in this course. Soil. Another bag of soil. Some basic quit start guides that you will not need because I will be showing you exactly how to do it. So we got 10 trays. I thought I was going to get 5 that had holes and 5 that did not. But the kit actually comes with all 5 not having holes in them. I mean, all 10 of them without holes. So we are going to fix that. We are going to put holes in these trays, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. The kit also comes with its own spray bottle. So that's a lot of stuff in one little kit. So I'm going to put all this stuff back in the box and show you exactly what we are going to grow for our first grow. Now here's one way you can put holes in trays if you bought trays that do not have holes. All the trays you guys got in this kit probably don't have holes either. So you can use a drill bit and just drill holes through the trays. Leave them all stacked up. It's easier. I'm going to do 3 trays. Some of the seeds that we have in this kit do not require 2 trays. Some of those are like dung pea, buckwheat, and sunflower. None of those need 2 trays to grow in those. But for today, we are going to start off with radish, mustard, and basic salad mix. And we're going to grow one of each of those and see how things go. And from there, we will step up the difficulty all the way up to the most advanced microgreens. Let me just show you how to put some holes in trays. You can also use a soldering iron to do this. It just goes right through. A little bit messy as far as like the smell of plastic. But I'm going to just drill a couple holes. I want you to be able to see it. Okay, we now have trays with holes in them. You don't have to worry about them being perfect. Just want to make sure that water can get from the tray below to the tray above. So here I have 3 trays without holes. I'm going to take the trays that I just put holes in and put those in the trays without holes. Now we're going to open up our soil. Now we're going to put enough soil in each tray to be about 3/4 of an inch thick in the bottom of the tray. Do not worry about it being exact. It's not really critical if it's 5/8 of an inch or 3/4 of an inch. Things like that only get real critical when you're growing thousands of trays and 5 cents difference in each tray per soil makes a big difference to you. If it's something you're really worried about, you can put how much you want in a tray, take it back out, measure it, and know that that's the amount you want to use every time. So we're going to spread this out nice and even. This is a really nice soil that comes in a kit. It's perfect for growing microgreens. I don't know what brand it is or where it comes from, but it's a really nice, light, fluffy soil. There's a whole lot of perlite in here. Now you're just trying to get the soil nice and evenly spread along. No big lumps, nothing really sticking up too much. You can use a press. Some people have made like little wooden presses and just stamped it down to make it nice and flat. That's not a process that I myself do, so I'm not going to bother trying to show it to you as if I do it, because I don't do it. Now we're going to take each tray and we are going to water it in fairly heavily, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Just to give you an idea of how much water you should be putting in your tray, you want to really go liberal with the water and make sure it's good and soaked. It's okay if you get some puddling and pooling up because it's going to evenly distribute throughout the soil when you're done. So now we've got our 3 trays watered in really heavily. One of the main reasons that I don't measure the water and show you that is because you're never going to actually measure the amount of water you put in a tray. That's just kind of silly, really. You should, over time, get a really good feel for the amount of water you want to put in it. You want it to be really good and really wet. So we're going to start with our radish. The Triton Purple radish. What I use to spread almost all my seed, unless it's a large seed, is a tablespoon. And that is also my measuring device. I will put in the written description below the actual weight, in case anybody's curious, of what the optimal amount is for every seed that I plant throughout the course. But for showing you how I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it the way that I do it, which is with the tablespoon. And for radish, we are going to use 3 tablespoons. And you want to just kind of tap the edge of the spoon while keeping moving. And just get a nice even spread of the seed. You don't want to have too many piles or clumps. You want to make sure that the seed is everywhere in the soil, that there's not a bunch of spots of the soil that does not have seed on it. And on my third pass or my final pass, what I'll generally do is look for areas that are kind of light on the seed and sort of focus on those areas to try to make sure I have a nice even coverage. Now is when you'll take your spray bottle and just lightly mist the tops of the seeds. Just want to make sure they're wet all over. The next seed we're going to plant is the mustard, the tatsoi. For this seed, we're going to use 1.5 tablespoons. Again, the exact weight will be in the write-up below. Generally, you can decide how much seed in volume you want to use per tray based on the size of the seed. And you'll get very comfortable being able to look at a seed and just determining how much you think you should use on any particular tray of any particular seed based on its size. So here's my 1/2 tablespoon. Later on, I'll be showing you exactly how much it costs in seed per tray. And that will give you another good idea of why weighing out each individual tray is actually probably going to cost you more money than your fluctuation in the amount of seed you're using. Time is money as well. So now we have our basic salad mix. We are going to do 2 tablespoons of this. I will include in the write-up exactly what is in the basic salad mix for you. But I know that there's broccoli. I believe there's kohlrabi in here. And I will actually have to look it up to remember everything that's in there myself. So now we have 3 trays planted, and I'm going to take the tray of the mustard and stack it right on top of the tray with the radish. I'm going to take the tray of basic salad mix and put that right on top of the tray of the mustard. I forgot to mist the top of the basic salad mix. Now I'm going to take a tray without holes and I'm going to place it over the basic salad mix. And that will be our humidity dome and also blackout dome. This will remain stacked up like this for about 3 days. You can check it daily by just lifting the corner. You can take off the blackout dome, or you can lift a corner of the tray and look at the ones underneath. I will show you exactly when the right time is to unstack everything and put everything underneath lights. It's been 2 days since we have planted our first trays of microgreens in soil, and I want to show you what they look like now. You don't have to do anything while your microgreens are stacked up like this, because we watered them nice and heavy and they'll be just fine, but I want to show you just what's going on. This is the basic salad mix. Just leave that off for now. That's the mustard. And the radish. And the radish actually has a lot of seeds that have not sprouted as much as I would have normally expected them to, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to leave these stacked for at least another day, maybe 2 days, and then we will put them under lights and go from there. It's been 4 days and we are ready to unstack our microgreens. You can see that they're actually kind of starting to tip. That's showing you that they're really pushing up. That's our mustard. So let me get these unstacked, and I'm going to put them under my lights, and I will show you a little bit more about the lights in just a second. So you can see how I have my lights hung up here. They are right about 12 inches apart. Just want to make sure you get nice even spread across your grow. And they are probably about 15 inches, 12 to 15 inches above my microgreens, which you can go a lot lower than that if you want to, but I find they work just fine at this height. Here's a basic salad mix. This is that tatsoi mustard. And here is the radish. Everything's growing really nice. Everything's sprouted perfectly. And trying to get a good shot of it, but see the white hairs down there? A lot of people panic and think that that's mold, but I want you to know it's not mold. Those are just root hairs, and it's perfectly healthy. Nothing wrong with that at all. So hopefully yours are looking just like mine, and I will keep getting shots of this each day until they're ready to harvest. A day of light makes a huge difference. So it's been 1 day since these were uncovered. This is the basic salad mix. This is the tatsoi mustard. And here we have the radish. You see the radish has that purple stem. So I'm going to water these now for the first time. They have not been watered the whole time they were stacked, or yesterday when I put them under the light for the first time. So this will be the first time watering them since I planted them. So I've taken the tray and I've just lifted it and exposing the bottom tray that does not have holes in it. I'm going to take my faucet. Normally I would do this with the hose, but when I'm growing indoors, I just use my faucet for everything. I'm just going to add some water to that bottom tray. And I really just kind of go off time. So this soil was still kind of damp, and so the amount of water I added in there will be just fine. I usually judge whether or not my trays need water by weight. I can just grab the edge of them and be able to tell whether or not they're drying out. And you can obviously do it also by how microgreens are looking. So I'm just going to water the other 2 trays and keep updating. 2 days under the light, and the basic salad mix looks fantastic. The tatsoi mustard looks great. And the radish looks great. These could be ready really from now until about another 3-4 days from now. I'm going to grow them a little bit longer, but You really don't have to, but you will get a lot more yield if you do grow them longer. And especially the tatsoi, I'd like to get the first true leaves on these before I call them done. And the salad mix just gets a little bit better too if you let it grow longer than this. If you harvest it right now, you're just not going to get a very big yield at all, but they're perfectly edible right now. We're at day 7 of our first grow. It's been 3 days under light and 3 days that they were stacked up. Basic salad mix. Tatsoi mustard. And the radish. Hopefully everybody is seeing the same results I'm seeing. Everything looks fantastic. Probably going to grow these for 2 more days and then harvest them all.